Breck brought you a lot of the halftime stats and scoring summaries, as it's been a thriller here so far, as we're beginning to even get some rain in the broadcast booth as well. 28-27 the score. Biggersville leading Velma Jackson. Now we're about set to begin because Biggersville won the toss. They elected to defer their option until the second half, so it will be the Lions receiving to start half number 2, trying to build on some momentum that they had there in the first half. And Jake, couldn't have come at a better time for them to not only get the stop defensively, but also score and now get the ball to start half number 2. I think Bill's got us muted up here. I think Bill's busy. We'll get your mic up in just a second, Jake. Our halftime clock has expired, and we're about set for football in half number 2 of the 1A state championships. Our state championships brought to you apart by Elite Physical Therapy with 38 locations across Mississippi. More info online at elite.urpt.com. As we broadcast live from the Farm Bureau Insurance broadcast booth, got our audio fixed on the online YouTube and Twitter streams. So if you want to see what we look like, I don't advise it, but it's available to you if you want to find us that way, or also on MPB online and thezone1059.com. Kickoff is away, kicked off on the ground by Velma Jackson, bobbled at the 20, but picked up by Jathan of Biggersville, and he swarmed at the 15-yard line. It's good to see Jathan Hatch back there on the field, getting some recovery time there after half number 1.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do this half, and of course if he can get some meaningful snaps. 3 carries, 19 yards in the first half.
So Biggersville, again, after starting off, or Biggersville will start with this drive from the 16-yard line, starting off in the second half after scoring at the end of the first, to go up for the first time in this game, 28-27, with 11:55 now remaining in the third quarter. Our Pine Straw of Mississippi third quarter. Going right to left. Rousey fakes the handoff, pitches to Gunn on an option play to the right side. 15, sheds a tackle, gets up to the 20 at the numbers. Still up right before he's finally brought down from an upright position down to the turf at the 22-yard line for a gain of 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, good play on first down there. Picking up 6 yards. Biggersville, again, he come out of the halftime up 1. A lot of momentum. And then, you're talking about a team that, even though it was down in the yardage department, 295 to 264, in good position here on second down and 4.
Second down and 4 for Biggersville, going right to left with 2 receivers to the right. Tight end flexed off the left side of the line. They hand the ball off, going left side. It's Gunn to the 25. Ball pops out of his hands, but he's able to fall back on top of it at the 25. A yard short of a first down, but it sets up Biggersville with third down and manageable.
Boy, talk about ball bouncing the right way on that fumble there. Comes out from Gunn, got hit and stripped. Good hit right there. And then, of course, the ball comes right back to him. Got lucky there.
Tyshawn Willis forced the strip, but Gunn yet again was able to recover it for Biggersville, and they have it third down and 1 from their own 25-yard line. Ball just inside the left hashes. Tight end and a receiver in the H-back spot right, 2 receivers left. 2 back set and a hard count. Velma Jackson, defensive lineman, got close to the neutral zone but was able to back up before committing the penalty. Rousey hands off. This one's going nowhere. Ball comes free. Rousey falls back on top of it, but all the way back at the 16-yard line. And great job pursuing by Velma Jackson's defense, not only to get the stop, forced a turnover and nearly had a short field of 15 yards.
Yeah, I don't know if this ball, UB, is the weather starting to affect the ball just a little bit?
I think with the weather going on, we're having just a little bit a bit of trouble with Brian's microphone here at the halftime break. Again, we're trying to work through some things. It's the first game of 7 here on the state championships, but with that, it's fourth down for Biggersville, and they'll be forced to punt here deep in their own territory. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. As Trey Gunn waits for it, takes it, nearly had it taken off his foot. In fact, he sidewinds it off to the right and out of bounds just past the 30 to the 33-yard line. So not a great punt for Biggersville.
Yeah, lucky that punt on a low snap, picked it up, almost blocked. Just able to get it off. Of course, net yardage on that punt, not a whole lot, maybe 5 or 6 yards. Velma Jackson will have the ball in great shape today. Best field position to start a drive at the Biggersville 34-yard line.
Got a little bit more than we thought. 17 yards officially on the punt, but still not a great one off the foot of Gunn. And it's first down and 10, Velma Jackson, again from their opponent's 33-yard line. Ball on the left hash. In the third quarter, handoff goes to the right side. Griffin being pursued, gets past one man, flag down behind him as he gets up to the 30 and is pushed out of bounds after Gunn tag teams with Brooks Sego to push him out of bounds along the near sideline, but this one's probably coming back for holding.
10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
It is a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot against Velma Jackson. And so the Falcons are kind of picking up where they left off with another penalty that puts them behind the chains on one of the first 2 downs from scrimmage. So now it is first down and 20 to go.
Yeah, first down and 20. After a nice pickup on first down, they'll have this ball right at the Biggersville 43.
9:23 and rolling here in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. Smith stands tall, throws left side, caught at the 39-yard line, racing out to the outside, out to the 33. Ball came free at the end, but not before picking up positive yardage and regaining all the penalty yardage on that play for Velma Jackson when I believe Lamar Kennedy.
Yeah, that'll set up a second down and 10 opportunity right here. And if you're Velma Jackson, you just want to get that offensive mojo back. 27 points in the first half, got an opportunity to retake the lead right here.
It is a gain of 10 for Kennedy, and it brings up second down and 10. So, again, gains back that penalty yardage. 2-by-2 receiver set. Handoff goes to Griffin off the right side of the line to the 30. Spreads the field out to the right side 20. Tries to get behind the defense. He's still on his feet to the 10, to the sideline 5, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Gavin Griffin, and Velma Jackson vaults themselves back into the lead.
Yeah, Gavin Griffin with a fantastic run off the right side. And again, a good job by that offensive front, really getting the sail block there. Just a handoff, follows the guard around, stretch play near side, and he does the rest, running through 2 tacklers and then making that second effort to break a third tackle to get that touchdown, a 32-yard touchdown run.
All touchdowns on the State Championships Radio Network, presented by Trustmark Bank. People you trust, advice that works. Velma Jackson, after attempting just a couple of PATs in the traditional kicking style, have been going for 2 ever since. Snap comes on a direct carry straight up the right side, and that is easy points for Tyshawn Willis. And with that, Velma Jackson not only has a lead, but now lead 35-28, a 7-point lead for the Falcons. 9:01 to go in the third quarter. We'll step aside and be back in 30 seconds. This is the State Championships Radio Network.
This is professional ball player and former Mississippi State Bulldog.
Am I on now? There we go.
Yeah,
To be a
we
strong
got you.
team, every player has to be dedicated.
Nothing.
Farm
I
Bureau
was
is
muted.
exactly that.
I kept trying to
Their
talk.
dedication
Kept
to
trying to talk
providing me
when you
with
were out
excellent
without
customer
Jake.
service
I had
and
the coach
competitive
and
rates
was
is
standing there and was like,
outstanding.
hello, hello,
If you aren't
hello,
already on the
hello,
team,
We'll get
it's
your,
time to join
thoughts.
Farm Bureau.
Did he tell you
Visit
anything
favorites.com for great rates on
a
home and
little,
auto
but I
insurance.
also was in
or
the
find a local
the
agent
quote-unquote
at
locker room and heard his halftime stuff.
Stand by.
It was good.
Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
Kickoff is away by Velma Jackson, sidewinding to the right side and out of bounds. As waiting to return was Z.J. Blackman of Biggersville, but he lets that one go beside him and into the sideline area of Velma Jackson. This will bring the ball to the 35 unless Biggersville wants to re-kick.
Kick out of bounds. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
And we have our answer. So Biggersville will start first down and 10 from their own 35. And, Brian, you got to meet with Coach Ingram during the halftime break. What did the coach have to say after his team led going into the locker room?
Well, I believe Hatch, he didn't give me any really good information other than they were going to give him a chance out there, as you saw on that first play on the kickoff. But you could tell after he came off the sideline, he's done pretty much in the way he's on the sideline with the helmet down and struggling. But I will say this, at halftime I got to hear his speech, and he gave one of the most rousing halftime speeches I've heard in a long time.
So with Hatch out of the game, it's Gunn to the left of Rousey, the quarterback. On play action, Rousey back to pass with pressure. Escapes it out to the left. Will tuck and run to the 35 and rolls down near the 38-yard line to just gain positive yards on that play after he had a lot of pressure in his face, picking up 3 yards in the process to bring up 2nd and 7.
A lot of pressure in his face, and then also a good job by the defensive backs of Velma Jackson, really taking the routes away that time of Biggersville receivers.
35-28 your score. Velma Jackson leading with 8:33 on a rolling clock in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. More information at pinestrawms.com. Broadcasting to you live from the Farm Bureau Insurance broadcast booth. Caleb Hamill, Jake Wimberly, and Brian Eubank with you. As Biggersville has it second down and 7 to go. From the 38-yard line. Snap comes, Rousey hands the ball off, and Jace Taylor gets baptized back behind the 35-yard line for a loss of 4 yards.
busted play right there. Both the backs kind of went the same direction, a back off each side of the quarterback, and both backs went to the same hole and hit each other, and that really just destroyed that play before it got going.
Christopher Rogley on the tackle for loss for Velma Jackson. They'll mark the play dead at the 35 for a loss of 3.
Timeout, Biggersville. First charge timeout of the half.
So timeout Biggersville with the deficit of 35-28 and 7:47 left to go in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is the State Championships Radio Network.
Come one and all, have a ball, and enjoy Corinth, Mississippi, where getaways can be just for the girls, or the whole family kit and caboodle. Yep, even the Labradoodle, where history's stirringly captivating, little eateries busily plating, shops and out-of-the-way spots, B&Bs and revelries just awaiting. A land where, as the song says, roosters stand treetop tall. And that's not all. Plan your trip at Corinth.net.
We're always prepared with Kubota equipment that can help you no matter what the situation is. It's just as important for a family to have their yard mowed before a birthday party as it is for a farmer to get the hay out of his field before the rain comes. They're both equally important to us because your events are our events. Your milestones are our milestones. Your values are our values. Let Parrish support you with a Kubota. Let Parrish be your partner on and off the field. Parrish Tractor in Hattiesburg and Poplarville.
Third down and 10 for Biggersville. Rousey back to pass, throws to the right side, throws too tall, however, trying to link up with Trey Gunn out of the backfield. Would have made a catch at the line of scrimmage, but there was a defender waiting to tackle him right there where he would have caught it. But nevertheless, it's an incomplete pass and a fourth down coming for the Lions of Biggersville. 7:42 remains in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. Velma Jackson on top of Biggersville 35-28. Trey Gunn back to punt yet again for Biggersville. On the returning side, standing back at the 34-yard line, and there will be no return as that one goes off the right side of his foot, but goes forward yet again. A little bit longer than the 17-yard punt his last time on the field. This one about 22 yards to the 43-yard line on Velma Jackson's side. So a couple not great punts from Gunn after Biggersville stalls on offense. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. That's 10 seconds. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network.
All the sports you love.
I'm glued all day.
To WRKS Pickens Jackson, Mississippi's #1 sports station. Worldwide online at thezone1059.com. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9, The Zone.
Nothing better.
Glad to have you with us. Caleb Hamill, Jake Wimberly, and Brian Eubank on the sidelines for us here for the 1A State Championships, presented by Elite Physical Therapy with 38 locations across the state of Mississippi. More info online at elite.urpt.com. First down and 10, Velma Jackson from their own 43-yard line. As I believe we actually have an extended timeout on the field. Our Red Hat has his hat covered up right now with a gray rain jacket, so that's why we didn't see him come out there onto the field. But everybody's sitting around the ball waiting to get this next play underway.
Hey, you still got some great games coming up. You want to stick around right here on the State Championship Radio Network. Coming up tonight, West Point going for another one. They're taking on Laurel, a really good Laurel team. You got two ball games tonight, tomorrow, Charleston versus Heidelberg in the 2A State Championship. Also, Grenada versus West Jones, 6A Championship. And then you got the Big Three on Saturday. Louisville, Columbia kicking it off at 4A at 12 o'clock. Winona, Noxubee County in the 3A matchup, and Oak Grove, Starkville in the 7A, first ever 7A State Championship.
Oak Grove's had some pretty fun games to watch if you're a spectator this year. A lot of close ones. Had a really fun one against MRA in the regular season, and then most recently, and I hate to rub salt in the wound for you, but
no worries.
A Brandon Bulldogs win in the South State Final. That was probably the best game in town across the state of Mississippi last week.
Yeah, it was classic. It was a classic ball game last week, right under 100 points total, ton of yards, right under 1,000 collectively for both teams, and really just a track meet down there in Brandon last week. Oak Grove gets the final step across the Rubicon, shall we say, and they'll play Starkville Saturday night right here.
Velma Jackson scored on just 2 plays their last time out, and their first play from scrimmage, they hand the ball off up the left side of the line, and not a lot there going for it. Evan Griffin as he only picks up 2 yards off the left side of his line.
Yeah, this is a big moment here for Biggersville, and equally so for Velma Jackson. But Biggersville, who was able to come back and, from a deficit to get the lead, now trying to keep that deficit from growing even further.
Last time they wanted that really big stop at the end of the first half, it came to them in the form of a turnover. And on the next play, prior to the snap coming back to Smith, a penalty flag comes out.
Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And again, Velma Jackson puts themselves behind the chains on second down.
Yeah, I mean, they've done that a couple times tonight, and when you look at the total penalties tonight, that's the 8th penalty. Now 43 yards on Velma Jackson, 3 penalties for 12 yards on Biggersville.
7:02 on a rolling clock here in the third quarter. Velma Jackson leading 35-28. Second down and 13 for the Falcons. 1-by-3 receiver set. They'll look to the single man's way. Caught at the left side outside the numbers at the 44, but pretty quickly dropped by Biggersville's number 66, or maybe it's 68, Brady Davis. I checked that. I do have 66. That's Cooper Fiesel. He wears 3 and 66. Makes the stop for Biggersville, tackling Kennedy on the play after just a gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, dropped the boom right there as Fizel, and he did a great job on that play, and a good job gang tackling there by Biggersville. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
That woo was a reaction looking at the replay on the board. That was a booming hit. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Smith rolls right, throws a pass, screenplay underneath, caught by Willis out to the 45 to the 50. He goes out of bounds now inside of Biggersville territory at the 48-yard line. Tyshawn Willis making the grab for Velma Jackson. The clock stops with 6:05 remaining in the third quarter.
Guys, he did fumble that ball out of bounds, by the way.
Okay, I thought I saw the ball come out, but I didn't see much of a reaction. Yeah, it got punched out there around midfield, but he's closer to a first down, but it's 4th down at midfield now. Thank you for that, Brian, with the C-Spire sideline report. Ball on the right hash with a receiver left, H-back and 2 receivers right. Biggersville nearly jumped into the neutral zone, but held up just in time. On 4th down and 3. Now a look to the sideline for Terrell Smith, the quarterback, and finally Coach Yule will burn a timeout as the play clock was winding down.
Timeout, Velma Jackson. First charge timeout of the half.
And with that, we missed the TV timeout earlier. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be right back. Velma Jackson leading 35-28 over Biggersville. This is the State Championships Radio Network.
Kirk Auto Group of Mississippi has been serving the state of Mississippi for decades.
Number
Kirk
4
Auto has 3 locations in mid-Mississippi to serve you.
Yes,
In Vicksburg, Kirk Brothers Chevrolet and Kirk
Silas
Brothers
Black.
Ford offer a large
CJ
selection
or
of new
Silas
and used cars. Are you near the Jackson area? Go by and see our used car inventory at Kirk Auto of Florence,
send you one online.
2873 Highway 49 South in Florence. Kirk Auto Group
no,
of
I think
Mississippi
that's
in Vicksburg and Florence.
here.
When others can't, Kirk
Let's check
can.
real quick.
Visit our website at kirkcan.com. That's kirkcan.com.
The Mississippi Air National Guard is always ready, always there, in defense of our nation and in support of our state. The 172nd Airlift Wing, the heavy lift component of the Mississippi Air National Guard, stands ready to fly, fight, and win, delivering air power anytime, anywhere. And with job opportunities for over 1,100 people, we're always looking to maximize the potential of our mission, our people, and our impact across the globe. The Mississippi Air National Guard, integrity
crowd
first,
mic is
service
out
before
right now.
self,
I think it's
excellence in all
shorting
we
out.
do. For more info, visit 172aw.ang.af.mil.
4th down and 3 for Velma Jackson. They snap it. Running to the right side of the 50, brought down to the 48. I don't think they got it. It's going to be very close. Tyshawn Willis trying to get the first down on 4th down. It's going to be first down, but who's first down? They're looking down to the other side. Are they going to signal or measure? They're going to ask for the measurement here. Tyshawn Willis took the direct snap for Velma Jackson out of the Wildcat, took it off the right side of the line, got all the way outside of the right side numbers where he was tackled. The ball is right at the 47-yard line.
UB, what you think?
It's very close. I'm not in the right spot, to be honest.
Stretching the chains out, let's see. Oh, boy. First down, Biggersville. And a sliding down. Well, one of Velma Jackson's players, Anthony Walker, trying to point at it like he's Steve Spurrier in that bowl game against Michigan. You remember right after that was when Jadeveon Clowney laid the big boom.
Yeah, he was down on his stomach looking at it. I applaud his effort. That was really good.
Well, glad we didn't have the note cards come out to try to wedge between the ball and first down stick. I think it was there was a little separation there for the chain's end and the ball. The officials agree with that. First down and 10. Biggersville with an even 6 minutes to go here in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter, with Velma Jackson leading 35-28. Chance for Biggersville to tie or take the lead. First and 10 from their own 47. They use motion. Trey Gunn got the handoff and then hands off in turn to Taylor. Takes it off the left side to the 50-yard line for a gain of 3 yards. Little trickery from Biggersville on that play. Velma Jackson not fooled.
Yeah, trying to get them going one way, hand it back on the counter play, coming back underneath, but just nowhere to run. Now, there was a pickup of 4 on the play, so there was positive yards on the play, but not what they had hoped on that.
Second down for the Biggersville Lions, right near midfield. Going right to left here in the third quarter in their white tops with maroon headgear. Velma Jackson in all gold tops and bottoms with blue headgear. Ball on the left hash for the Lions here on offense. They'll have 3 receivers to the right. One of those, Trey Gunn. Jace Taylor in the backfield with Rousey, the quarterback. Rousey backs up to pass, throws down the middle of the field. Pass caught by Gunn, and he's hit hard on the shoulder pads, knocked to the ground, but he holds on to the football. And he gets a first down at the Velma Jackson 34-yard line for another Air National Guard first down.
Yeah, and Rousey took a shot right there, and he really is having a hard time. He's up, but he's slow. Kind of a busted play there. With a play fake, looking around, but made a throw, and a great job by Gunn to make the catch.
Ball is at the 34-yard line, again in Velma Jackson territory at the right hash marks. And again, like you mentioned, Jake, Rousey kind of favoring his right leg right now, trying to play through some pain. His team trails by 7, 35-28, with 4:50 and rolling here remaining in the third quarter. 3 receivers left, tight end right. Fake the handoff to Taylor, throw left side, caught by Gunn to the 30, sheds a tackle to the 25, down the sideline 20, and he's tackled from behind, brought down at the 15-yard line. Trey Gunn doing it again for this Biggersville offense, and they have it inside the Raising Cane's red zone.
Yeah, and Rousey's continues to do a great job. Distribution of the football. They're getting outside the clutter. Where all those athletes are for Velma Jackson, putting the ball on the edge and letting their playmakers work. Now Rousey, 9 of 11, 219 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air.
20-yard gain for Trey Gunn on the catch. Ball's at the 14-yard line with Biggersville trying to score to tie the game. It's a 7-point difference right now, 35-28. Back to pass, Rousey rolling left, throws back to the right. Pass caught at the 5 and then driven out of bounds. And a late flag comes in after the catch was made by Z.J. Blackman. And that's going to be more than likely a late hit on Velma Jackson's Kennedy.
Yeah, you can't suplex him out of bounds there. You be little late hit there.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Yeah, wrestling moves are discouraged in high school and college football.
Yeah.
I think maybe the NFL you might still get away with that one, but yeah, not out of bounds.
And so with that, not only is an Air National Guard first down, but it's half the distance to the goal after the end of the run after catch for Blackman. And it'll be first down and goal for Biggersville.
Trying to make this count here in a Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter.
First down and goal to go for the Lions from the 2-yard line. Ball on the right hash, 2 receivers right, tight end and receiver left. They hand the ball off, going left side and sliding down before even getting up to the line of scrimmage. I believe was Trey Gunn, and it was Gunn, and he does not pick up positive yardage. In fact, loses a yard, maybe 2 to the 4.
Yeah, this defense is really, really good. We talked about that through the onset of this broadcast, and when you get this tight, the game gets shorter, so it favors the defensive front 7 for Velma Jackson.
Tyshawn Willis and Travion Blackman on the stop for Velma Jackson. Second and goal from the 4. Snap comes, fake the handoff, pitch it right side to Gunn. Does Rousey to the 5, Gunn to the 2, driving towards the pylon, and he is in. Biggersville scores as Trey Gunn is able to find pay dirt, sneaking inside the right pylon, and it's 35-34, where the extra point could tie the game.
Little option play, far side of the field. Quarterback held the ball just enough, and then Gunn did the rest. He sticks the ball out right at the last bit, hits the pylon. That's absolutely a touchdown. Looking at it on the replay there, they had him hemmed up at the 1. He stretched out, and the ball crossed the pylon. Great job not fumbling the ball as well. Big touchdown.
Byron Williamson tried his best for Velma Jackson to keep him out of the end zone, but he just barely sneaks it in. Extra point up, and this one is blocked and no good. O'Brien, you told us during one of the breaks that extra points could prove to be the difference maker in this one. Right now, that's a big-time miss for the Lions.
What was an even more impressive miss was Blackman. On that last play, I told you earlier he was kind of favoring his left calf. He was getting he had a cramp getting worked out. He completely gave up on his block on the outside because it was going to be a hold. And if it hadn't been for just the effort of the runner, then he would have gotten in because Blackman was holding onto his hamstring deep in the end zone.
Trustmark touchdown on the board for Biggersville, but yet not a Dairy Alliance extra point to speak of, or thanks to Brian for that C-Spire sideline report. Jake, let's recap the drive real quick.
Yeah, when you look at a Kirk Auto scoring summary, 6 plays, 53 yards, 2 minutes, 41 seconds on the time of possession. After a nice 4th down stop, they get the score, but the point after attempt, no good. And, boy, we want to watch that right there. That could be costly.
3:19 to go in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. Velma Jackson leads by 1, 35-34 in a tight 1A ball game. It'll be Griffin back deep to return for Velma Jackson, along with several other returners, including Kennedy and Young. All standing back behind the 35-yard line, but they haven't had much of a chance to return the ball today, as it's been Nguyen kicking the ball on the ground towards the sideline and trying to kick it into the chest possibly of some of these front guys for Velma Jackson. He'll approach it from left to right as far as the ball's concerned, right to left on the field. Kind of punches this one over the first wave, and it's grabbed at the 27-yard line, brought up the left side seam to the 36, but that is all that Velma Jackson can get on the return for Kentravian Young.
I want to say this, too. We got a really nice crowd here for this ball game. You look at Velma Jackson's side, nice crowd, Biggersville. I think they brought the whole town. And you look up in the suites here at Ole Miss above the Biggersville crowd, and I'm sure on our side, people galore. And then you look over here to the, I guess that's the south end zone. Thank you, south end zone. A lot of people in the luxury boxes over there as well.
They have it nice. They have their windows closed right now, not open like we have. And Brian, I think, hopes that he can convince Ben to close this booth off when he comes up and does color for the Laurel and West Point game. First down and 10, however, on this 1A state championship for Velma Jackson from the 36-yard line on their own side. 3 receivers, right, tight end, left. Handoff to Griffin around the right side. 40 has daylight to the 50. 45 of Biggersville sheds a tackle to the 30. He's behind the defense. Wave goodbye. Oh, no, they catch him. At the last second, he slowed up and got caught at the 4. And a touchdown-saving tackle for Trey Gunn keeps Velma Jackson out of the end zone, and I thought for sure he was going for a house call, Jake.
Yeah, I did too, Griffin, and a good job by Gunn. But Griffin, one of the things that's so impressive about him is he's a guy that could run it between the tackles, but they're a shifty runner, a stiff arm to knock a guy down, and then he's got that extra burst of speed. Now, Gunn, a burst of speed to catch him there. That's going to get him at 22 carries for 256 on the night.
Which means he has now eclipsed the 2,000-yard mark on the season. Direct snap taken straight ahead and into the end zone. Gavin Griffin caps it off after he couldn't on the last play and scores from 4 yards out, and Velma Jackson expands their lead to 41-34.
Impressive response.
Another Trustmark touchdown on the board for Velma Jackson with 2:38 remaining in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. And a big extra point here, even though Velma Jackson already leads by 7. Any extra point here is a bonus because it makes it either an 8-score game or a 2-possession game. And they're going to go the route of trying for a 2-point play. Griffin will be leading the blocks for Tyshawn Willis, who turns the corner on the right side and walks in untouched. 2-point try is good on the Dairy Alliance extra point. And Velma Jackson now leads 43-34 with 2:38 left in the third quarter. But we have a conversation here from the officiating crew. This one may not stand.
Illegal shift on the offense. 5-yard penalty, retry.
All right, so a couple times where Velma Jackson thinks they're about to score but have to go back and try one more time. Now the 2-point try will originate from the 8-yard line. That's the second time they've had this happen.
And that's a big penalty. I mean, to walk on you there. That's a big penalty because that would have been a 9-point advantage, a 2-score advantage. So they'll get an opportunity. Biggersville will have an opportunity here to stop them here on this extra point. We'll see what they do with it.
It does appear that they'll try for 2 points again, as Griffin will be in the backfield along with, I believe they brought back in the quarterback, Terrell Smith. Smith will take the snap, hand off to Griffin through the left side, tries to bounce it out right, wrapped up by Blackman, and they're trying to sling him down. He stays upright, but they finally corral him with a couple other Biggersville Lions and push him out of bounds at the 3 to force the 2-point try to fail. With that, it's still a 7-point lead for Velma Jackson with 2:38 remaining in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the State Championships Radio Network.
The Mississippi Air National Guard is always ready, always there, in defense of our nation and in support of our state. The 172nd Airlift Wing, the heavy lift component of the Mississippi Air National Guard, stands ready to fly, fight, and win, delivering air power anytime, anywhere.
Hey, Bill,
and with
is
job
the crowd
opportunities for
dead
over
right
1,100
now? Is it
people,
having
we're
problems?
always looking to maximize the potential of our mission, our people, and our
may have
impact
gotten
across
red, I
the
don't know.
globe. The Mississippi Air National Guard, integrity first,
Okay.
service before self, excellence in
What'd he
all we
say?
do. For more info, visit www.ang.af.mil.
2:38 to go in the third quarter. Velma Jackson back in front, but by 7, 41-34, thanks to their extra point being no good. But also thanks to a big touchdown rush for Gavin Griffin after a big play. He's able to cap off the drive. Kicks off on the right hash from the 40-yard line and booms this one 7 yards deep in the end zone on the right side for a touchback. Our first time we've seen a touchback in this game.
Yeah, don't get that a whole lot. There's been some short kicks and some squib kicks. Let's go down to Brian Eubank on the sideline. Euby, your thoughts of what's going on down there?
Well, first off, that's a straight-on kicker. How do you get that to the end zone, number one? Your toe's going to hurt for the rest of the night. But I'm just so impressed with what Velma Jackson did coming out of the locker room, knowing that they've already been in this situation before, down 22-6 last week to Taylorsville, rolled off 22 more to win that thing going away. And if Biggersville doesn't answer here, you might expect the same storyline here for Velma.
Could certainly be the case, as it's right now Velma Jackson 41, Biggersville 34, Lions with the football, 1st and 10 from their own 20. 3 receivers left, tight end right. They hand off through the center of the line to Jace Taylor as he's rolled down to the 23-yard line. Short gain there to bring up 2nd down at 7.
One other thing, too, guys, on the C-Spire sideline report is one thing kids never remember when it gets cold is to hydrate. We're seeing a lot more cramps tonight than you normally would in a colder game, but it's just part of it, too, in 1A football when you have a lot of guys going both ways.
Yeah, we mentioned at the top, for those of you that have joined us late here on the broadcast, Velma Jackson, a much heftier 50-man roster to Biggersville's about 35 that they dress out. 3 receivers left, tight end right for Biggersville again. They'll hand off to Taylor off the left side through the line, through the 30. Has a Air National Guard first down as he's taken down at the 33-yard line. And they move the chains yet again.
Prior to that run, Taylor, 7 carries for 7 yards. That's his biggest run of the night. And that's a big run. And Taylor's a change of pace back, a bigger back for Biggersville that time, a patient runner. Read the cut back right. He's a bigger kid. And he picks up his biggest run of the night now, 8 carries on 17 yards on 8 carries.
Byron Williamson on the stop, but it's still an Air National Guard first down for Biggersville. 3 receivers right, tight end left now for the Lions. Facing a 4-man front, handoff goes to Taylor, knifes through the right side of the line, stayed upright for a moment, but dives forward to just pick up 1 yard as he was undercut there off the right side of the line by Christopher Robley.
Yeah, Taylor's one of those guys. He's a straight line guy. That time he was trying to get sideways, go east and west. He's not an east and west runner, and he was hemmed up.
LaRodrick Harris also on the stop for Velma Jackson and brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Lions. Going right to left in the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter, 1:05 to go in the quarter with the score 41-34, Velma Jackson leading. Biggersville with the ball a yard inside the right hashes at the 34. Snap comes, play fake, throw to the left side, pass caught. And diving up past the 40 to the 43-yard line goes Trey Gunn. And that is close to a first down, and they are going to move the chains for another Air National Guard first down. Gunn has been heavily used tonight, especially in Jalen Hatch's absence.
Yeah, Gunn, 9 carries, 69 yards and a touchdown. 4 catches, 121 and a touchdown. So, I mean, he has been the epitome of an all-purpose back tonight.
On Velma Jackson's side, they list Tyshawn Willis as an athlete right now. Trey Gunn is quite an athlete as well.
No doubt.
Playing in every capacity tonight. First down and 10 for the 43. On play action, pumping once. Rousey now chased out to the left, throws, finds Gunn at the 48 of Velma Jackson, and he dives out of bounds along the left sideline for another Air National Guard first down before Travion Blackman can track him down.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure in the backfield that time on Rousey, and a great job by Gunn for noticing that his quarterback was in some despair there, and then getting down the field and finding that grasp for that first down.
First and 10 in Falcons territory at the 48-yard line. Biggersville driving with 17 seconds left, clocked at rest because of the play going out of bounds. 41-34 the score. Velma Jackson leading Biggersville with 17 ticks on the clock left in the third quarter. Tight end left for Biggersville, that's Case Hilliard, 3 receivers to the right. And a shotgun snap. Rousey fakes the handoff, rolls right to throw, flag behind him as he races up to the 40, escapes a tackle to the 35 and is rolled down at the 33-yard line, but this one's likely coming back for holding.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
And that puts Biggersville well behind the chains here for this next play with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Jake, happened just like we wanted to here in the first game of the state championships. So far between these two, 75 combined points in 1A football.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams scored a lot during the regular season. You look at, what Velma Jackson did defensively. They didn't give up a whole lot. This is going to go down as the most points they've given up in a game this season as we hit a timeout here. But, yeah, you're right, just like we drew it up.
41-34 the score at the end of the Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. We'll be back with a fourth and final quarter between these two in a moment. Back in 2 minutes here on the State Championships Radio Network.
William Carey University is committed to making college affordable for you and your family. Starting in fall 2023, that means low tuition, high scholarships, an average of 40% higher, and free textbooks for all undergraduate students. Discover your scholarship possibilities at www.wmcarey.edu/makingcollegeaffordable. That's www.wmcarey.edu/makingcollegeaffordable.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
The weather's getting warmer, and that means Mississippi blueberries are ready to be picked. Make a day of it with family and friends at one of the many U-Pick farms across the state. Or take home Mississippi-grown blueberries from your local market, because locally grown...
Let's try a William Carey stat tracker. We haven't had their read in a while.
Yep, you got it.
to help us spread the word, or find us on Facebook. The Farm Families of Mississippi, our
right on
work
cue.
fuels the world.
Back here in Oxford for the Elite Physical Therapy State Championships, and this 1A championship has been a dandy as we broadcast live at the Farm Bureau Insurance broadcast booth. More information online at msfbins.com. Jake, let's have a little look at our William Carey stat tracker.
Yeah, stat tracker here, courtesy of William Carey. You look at first downs, 15 for Biggersville, 16 for Velma Jackson. You look at rushing yards, 29 carries for 94 yards for Biggersville, 27 carries for 292. Passing yards, 252 for Biggersville, 124 for Velma Jackson. Total plays and yards going into the fourth quarter, 45 plays ran by Biggersville for 346 yards, 38 plays for 416 total yards for Velma Jackson. When you look at some other stats that kind of come to mind, 2 times Biggersville has fumbled the ball. They have not lost either one. 2 times Velma Jackson has fumbled. They lost one of them. And you look at penalty yards, 10 penalties for Velma Jackson for 134.
Here to start the fourth quarter, Biggersville throws a pass over the middle, breaking free of the tackle down the sideline. 20-10, Trey Gunn out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Or is he in? They say touchdown. Trey Gunn, first play from scrimmage in the fourth quarter, finds pay dirt. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying it.
It's been this way all night. And it continues as just a play action, deeper post route. And again, they have had a hard time covering that post route tonight.
And then it's Trey Gunn doing the rest with his legs. He did stay in bounds as we look at the replay. I thought he had his right foot out of bounds, or left foot I should say, but he did extend that ball right inside the pylon. Great call by the officials. And Biggersville, who missed on their last extra point due to it being blocked, are now in formation for a 2-point try to take a lead. And before the snap gets off for Rousey to take a snap.
Velma Jackson.
Velma Jackson takes the timeout. 11:50 to go. Velma Jackson burns the timeout to try to defend this 2-point play. In a game that has been about not just scoring touchdowns, but getting these extra points as well. By the way, that touchdown, a Trustmark touchdown. More information at trustmark.com. A thriller here in Oxford so far, and we still have 11 minutes and 50 seconds left in this one. There's a lot left to be had here in Vaught Hemingway Stadium for the first game of the championships.
Oh, there's no doubt. It's almost like you got a whole day left, isn't it?
Almost, right? I mean, something like that.
He's got the longest evening of us all, having a sideline game, and then he'll be frozen before he gets up here with Ben Ingram.
I'll just sit back and enjoy the dulcet tones of the voice of the Atlanta Braves. I mean,
there you go.
I just ride his coattails all the way to the final tonight.
I'll do the same, but that'll be on my way probably back to the hotel room. Oh, goodness. Caleb Hamill, Jake Wimberly, and Brian Eubank here with you across the State Championships Radio Network as Velma Jackson still leads 41-40, but Biggersville has just scored a touchdown on a 52-yard pass from Rousey to Gunn. And the Lions have an extra point upcoming. They're in 2-point try formation. As Rousey's the quarterback, he has Taylor to his left, and Gunn is motioned out from his right. Handoff faked as Rousey rolls left, may try to run to the 5, to the 4, 3, and out of bounds at the 1. He didn't get there. Another 2-point try fails, and Biggersville rolled the dice and come up empty-handed. And still trail Velma Jackson 41-40. That could be a big difference maker down the stretch.
Yeah, it could. I mean, you forego the opportunity for the tie, and I understand the play. I understand the aggressiveness there. But you got 11:50 to go now. You're still down by 1. And you know if Velma Jackson scores, they're likely going to go for 2. And if they do score and get that 2, then that makes it a 2-possession ball game.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a 30-second break and be right back. Biggersville trailing Velma Jackson 41-40 here on the State Championships Radio Network.
When you focus on one thing, you master it. The physicians at Mississippi Sports Medicine go beyond specialization to empower your life, with subspecialties focused on specific areas of the body. So when they see you, they've seen your condition countless times and know exactly how to get you back to the life you love. Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center. Your life, our focus.
$11.50 remains in the 1A state championship with Velma Jackson clinging to a 1-point lead, 41-40. Keep in mind, Biggersville's tried a couple kind of halfway onside kick attempts. This time to win does boot this one a bit towards the near sideline, rolls at the 24, picked up there by Kentravius Young, brings it up the left side. He's got some blockers out to the left sideline and out of bounds at the 46-yard line, where he's pushed out of bounds by Brooks Seago. They have saved a much bigger return for Velma Jackson there, but the Falcons do set up with decent field position just on the other side of midfield of their opponent's 50 yards. From the 48 on Velma Jackson's side, it's first down and 10. With again, Velma Jackson leading by 1.
I'm going to give a shout out to Jared Schatz. Going to give me some coffee. Schatz, I owe you one. I owe you like a lot. Schatz is just doing the Lord's work in here.
Appreciate Jared Schatz, owner of Schatz Media Network. The handoff goes up the right side to Gavin Griffin for Velma Jackson as he picks up 3 yards up into Biggersville territory at the 49-yard line. Just a little off-right tackle run for this Falcons offense that they've come to know. When Gavin is able to, though, get further outside and into open space, he's been dangerous. That time, Biggersville was able to bottle him up. And we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it's the linebacking core of Biggersville that is the difference maker for them, and they've had to come up huge in this game. Again, a handoff to Gavin Griffin, and he breaks free through the center of the line and is able to get an Air National Guard first down to the 37-yard line in Biggersville territory. As Jake, it looked like for sure he was about to get wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, but somehow was able to duck through the pressure.
Yeah, really just did that on his own. They really had the whole clock, but you got to wonder, that was his 25th rush of the night. Even though it's a cold night here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, 25 times he has beat on this Biggersville defense. Does that become a factor at some point? Because he's not slowing down. 25 carries, 275 yards. He's averaging, what was it you said, 11?
11 yards per carry this season.
He's at that 11-yard mark right now.
Slight stoppage in play right now as Javarius Prather, a freshman for Biggersville, had to come out a little gimpy. In comes Billy Beard to take his spot on the line. He's an 8th grader, by the way. Snap comes, handoff through the middle. Griffin with a burst of speed outside to the 15-10, stiff arming of a defender, and he sneaks inside the right pylon for a touchdown. Griffin scores a touchdown, but a flag may be down.
Yeah, right at the goal line.
Are they going to call him for hands to the face or grabbing the face mask of his defender? If so, it should still be a first down, if not a touchdown. If the touchdown holds, it's 47-40. And they're going to say, I think it's going to be a face mask on Biggersville. Blackman was trying to return the favor on Griffin. And if it's a personal foul, he wants that one done on the kickoff. I'm sure Coach Ewell would.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. The touchdown is good. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
All right, there you have it. 47-40 the score. The touchdown stands. And what an athletic running job by Gavin Griffin yet again. We mentioned he was 220 yards away from breaking 2 grand on the year. And this time it's 37 yards he gains. Give himself so far on the night 312. And right out of the chute, another 2-point try for Velma Jackson is successful thanks to another Gavin Griffin rush. He's become the workhorse like he's been all season. And with 10:40 to go, Velma Jackson leads 49-40, a 2-possession lead for the Falcons. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to the State Championships Radio Network.
Come one and all, have a ball, and enjoy Corinth, Mississippi, where getaways can be just for the girls, or the whole family kit and caboodle.
Great job.
Yep, even the labradoodle, where history's stirringly captivating, little eateries busily plating, shops and out-of-the-way spots, B&Bs and revelries just awaiting. A land where, as the song says, roosters stand treetop tall. And that's not all. Plan your trip at Corinth.net.
10:40 to go in the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. 49-40 the score. Velma Jackson capitalizing not only on Biggersville's unsuccessful point after earlier, but also getting a touchdown and 2-point conversion of their own to go up by 2 scores. That's the difference right now. After the 15-yard penalty is assessed on this kickoff, Velma Jackson's kicking off from their own 15 as they'll boot this one on the ground. It'll be taken at the 9-yard line and brought towards the middle of the field. Popped at the 13-yard line and driven back goes the Biggersville return man, as Blackman is bodied by Velma Jackson. Not a lot he could do right there. Already in such a short kickoff field return, didn't have a lot of room to go with the jerseys of gold-clad Falcons already around him.
He didn't, and now, you look at it to kind of reset the game. 10:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. And, of course, the fourth quarter brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. We've had some Buffalo Wild Wings in here. We do appreciate them. And now you're down by 9. So it is a 2-possession ball game here.
And, the one thing, guys, that Velma Jackson hasn't done tonight is get a takeaway on defense.
That's right. Biggersville's the only one that's recovered a fumble tonight. First down and 10 Lions from just outside the 20-yard line. Throw down the left side, overthrown. That could have been a good catch for Case Hilliard, the tight end. They haven't gone to him much tonight, if at all. But the incompletion stops the clock, and it's 2nd down and 10 for the Lions from the 19.
Yeah, first attempt towards Hilliard, and only the 3rd incompletion for Rousey tonight, who's now 14 of 17 for 304 yards and 5 touchdowns.
That just speaks to the athleticism of these two programs that are on the field tonight.
Oh, yeah.
10:29 remaining in the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. Velma Jackson leading 49-40. As we broadcast live from the Farm Bureau Insurance broadcast booth, you can see us inside the booth on our YouTube channel. Just search for the State Championships Radio Network. You'll find us there. Every game this weekend will be broadcast there, as well as across our 9 affiliates. Handoff goes to the left side of the line, and not much there for Trey Gunn. And now there may have been a pile-up late for the ball, but I think Biggersville stays with it. May have just been a little bit of happy feet from the Velma Jackson team. Thankful that they got a short yardage gain and nothing more from Trey Gunn, who's been so elite.
Big third down play when they snap this ball. They'll be under 10 minutes. So far tonight, 3 of 8 is Biggersville on third down.
Jace Taylor will line up to the right of Rousey, the quarterback for Biggersville. He'll have 3 receivers to the right in the pattern, and the tight end Hilliard attached to the left side of the line. From the shotgun, Hilliard takes a snap. They rush for, drops to throw, throws on a slant pass, caught by Seago again, and he picks up first down yardage before being popped at the 36-yard line. And a great first down catch for Seago, and the Lions move the chains again on another Air National Guard first down.
15th completion tonight for Rousey, and I don't have this officially, guys, but I would say of those 15 completions, about 13 have been skinny post and slant routes tonight.
At the 17th first down for Biggersville tonight, they have it first and 10 from the 36 on their own side, going left to right here in the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. Again, Biggersville down 2 scores, 49-40 with 9:17 left in the game. 3 receivers left, tight end right. Rousey rolling left to throw. Throws towards the sideline. Pass caught by Gunn right at the 45, a yard short of a first down. And check that, that's Blackman, not Gunn, that makes the catch. 4, not 1. But he gains 9 yards. By Kennedy, he's shoved out of bounds. Make it 2nd and 1.
Clock continues to roll down to 8:50. Not that they have to just get in a ton of hurry here, but got to keep in mind you need 2 scores here, and you got to get a stop as well.
Well, the Biggersville Lions have had 2 touchdown drives that were just 1 play on a big bomb of passing. Same receiver set. They'll hand off to Taylor straight ahead this time on a 2nd and short, and they convert, getting over the 46 to about the 47. And they will move the chains for another Air National Guard first down. But before we have this next play, there's an injured Falcon on the field, and it looks to be Anthony Walker, junior defensive lineman.
That is correct.
Yeah, and a little bit of pain down there. Brian, did you see what they're favoring right now and looking at with him?
Yeah, I haven't looked at anything. He's just kind of rolling around and asking him where it's hurting. He's not lifting up any legs, so it's definitely not cramps, but he may have just gotten punched a little low.
Thank you for that, Brian. Our C-Spire sideline reporter tonight, been doing a great job down there. Appreciate him braving the elements as we have timeout on the field. We'll take a 90-second break and be back as they tend to Anthony Walker of Velma Jackson on the field. Back at 90, you're listening to the State Championships Radio Network.
We're always prepared with Kubota equipment that can help you no matter what the situation is. It's just as important for a family to have their yard mowed before a birthday party as it is for a farmer to get the hay out of his field before the rain comes. They're both equally important to us because your events are our events. Your milestones are our milestones. Your values are our values. Let Parrish support you with a Kubota. Let Parrish be your partner on and off the field. Parrish Tractor in Hattiesburg and Poplarville.
Bourbon and barbecue sauce together as one at Buffalo Wild Wings? Bet I know how it happened. One night at a dimly lit B-Dubs, smooth bourbon bumps into tangy barbecue sauce. They chat, flirt, bat eyelashes. B-Dubs barbecue goes home with bourbon. Some hickory incense is lit. It's a full-on seduction. When they just, hey ho, sorry, you know what? Got carried away there. It's just this bourbon barbecue sauce is that good. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
Yeah, I think we're good. We got your chairs on the floor, but I think we're good.
When it comes to roofing, the Malone name is one synonymous with quality and dependability. A third-generation family business with a history that dates back to the 40s, we were born to be roofers. And with 8 locations across the Southeast, come rain or shine, leak or structural damage, we're by your side no matter what. Please visit ecmalone.com today to request a professional roofing estimate.
3:31 remaining in the game between Velma Jackson and Biggersville as the Falcons of Velma Jackson out of Camden, Mississippi lead 49-40. But the Lions of Biggersville are driving with the ball first down and 10 at the 47-yard line on their own side, going left to right here in the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. 3 men to the left on the receiver side, and they motion one of those. Quarterback Rousey hit as he throws down the right side, and the pass is too far thrown in front of Trey Gunn. It was not only double covered, but had 3 different gold-clad Falcons waiting around him to either tackle him after making the catch or break up the throw.
Trying to find Gunn on the wheel route, but you're right, Caleb. I mean, there was 3 yellow shirts around him. He took a shot on that play. Just a really, really big shot here. We'll see. That's going to be the defensive end coming across. It's hard to get a number there with the way the jersey was, but took a shot there.
Wouldn't doubt it if it was Tyshawn Willis. And yeah, the stat monitor people who have great eyes did say that Willis got the quarterback hurry there. Incompletion, though, just stops the clock and results in a second down and 10. Biggersville will reset here, and hopefully for their side of things, Rousey's okay. Still in the game, takes a shotgun snap, hands off through the center of the line to Taylor up to the midfield stripe and falls over that mark to the 49 of Velma Jackson. So he gains 4 yards on that carry to set up third down and what'll be a long 6 for this Lions offense.
Just went over 100 yards rushing for Biggersville, and it's been a tough sledding getting 100 yards tonight. 3.2 yards per rush, 32 carries tonight. Gunn, the leading rusher, 10 carries for 71 yards.
It's really been the aerial attack, about 20.5 yards per catch for Biggersville on their throws tonight. That's where their hay has been made. Let's see what they do here on third down and 6. Back right to throw. Rousey throws to the right side. Pass caught at the 40. Blackman breaks free of the first tackle, but then is pushed out of bounds by Kai Washington. But he converts and gets another Air National Guard first down for the Biggersville Lions.
Yeah, 17th completion that time. Rolls the pocket just a little bit. Throws the out route. We hadn't seen that a lot, but that's a deep out route, working the corner off of his front number, and then getting a great bite to get to the sideline, and a good throw there by Rousey.
First down and 10 Biggersville from the 37-yard line, going left to right. They trail by 9 with 7:21 remaining in the game. Have to get this touchdown here and hope for a defensive stop in order to try to put together a possible game-winning drive. Been a tight one all night between these two. Biggersville came back from being down 2 scores already once in this game and led at the halftime break. And right now, Coach Ingram wants to call a timeout to talk about this first down play.
Timeout, Biggersville. Third and final charge, timeout at half.
So a timeout for Coach Ingram and the Biggersville Lions. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Velma Jackson leading Biggersville 49-40. This is the State Championships Radio Network.
To be safe around electricity, here are a few things to be aware of. Electricity from power lines can jump to nearby objects, like ladders, so stay at least 10 feet away. There are wires behind walls, so use a cable detector before you drill. Many electrical lines are underground. Call 811 to locate them before you dig. Think safety first.
It's been a good one already.
For more safety tips, visit BeAwareEverywhere.com. Brought to you by Cooperative Energy.
Biggersville with 1 timeout remaining in the game as they trail by 2 scores, 49-40, but they do have it first down and 10 from the Velma Jackson 37-yard line. And Jake, right here, if you're Coach Ingram and Biggersville, what are you drawing up for these next few plays to try to get into the end zone?
You know, they're doing a good job with the run on first and second down, getting manageable second and third down plays. But I think they got to start looking at the clock, going, okay, we got 7:05 to go. And right now they have 1 timeout left. That was their second timeout. So I think you got to get some pop plays. You got to go ahead and try to get this ball in the end zone. Look for Rousey to look into the middle of that field. Again, they're still playing 1 safety high. Try to find those receivers going down the hash marks to try to get a pop play right here.
And keep in mind, everyone, Jathan Hatch has been unavailable for a majority of this game tonight. Their best player. Low snap. Rousey picks it up, throws on the middle on that slant. There it is again. Seago makes the grab at the 25, and he's got another first down for Biggersville.
And look, Rousey is putting this ball right on the money. And sometimes, like, there's some really tight windows as Seago hits the seam route, and he puts that right in front of the defender, but not so far out front where the defender can get it.
Travion Blackman makes the stop, but it's first down and 10 Biggersville from the 24-yard line. 6:45 remaining in the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. 49-40. Velma Jackson leading Biggersville in the 1A state championship. 3 receivers left, tight end to the right for Biggersville. Rousey takes a shotgun snap, hands off Taylor through the left side of the line, lowers his shoulder, gets up near the 20-yard line, and gains about 3. And they'll say he's down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Taylor, pound for pound, has had more carries than Gunn this half. That's his 11th carry of the night. That now leads all rushers for Biggersville, but he's the bigger back, and he has found more success on first down because of his size and be able to kind of lean on that defensive front on first down.
They've used Gunn heavily in the wide receiver package. He's one of those 3 lined up to the left side of the line. Hilliard's the tight end right. Rousey takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff to Taylor, rolls right to throw, will instead run to the 20, 15, and it angles out of bounds to the 10-yard line to put Biggersville inside the Raising Cane's red zone with another Air National Guard first down.
Yeah, that's a great job by Rousey, understanding, hey, I don't have anybody there. I'm athletic enough. I'm going to go ahead and get something on the ground. And that's his 9th carry of the night. Now, obviously, he's in the negative because of some sacks in the first half. But he's done a great job escaping this front 7 here from basically the middle second quarter on.
Mississippi Air National Guard. More information online at 172aw.ang.af.mil, M-I-L. 5:54 remains in the fourth quarter. Biggersville needing a score, down 9. Rousey drops back to throw, fires towards the left side, pass caught at the 7-yard line, and trying to turn but unable to do so in the clutches of a Velma Jackson defender is Seago, as he takes it up to the 6-yard line for a decent gain here now for second down and goal. As they said, the ball did reach the 10-yard line on the last play, so second and goal now for the 6-yard line for Biggersville.
Yeah, approaching under 5:30, 5:29. So time is becoming an essence now. You got one timeout, you're down by 9. It is a 2-possession game, so you got to hurry it up. You got to get on the horse here.
Have to get on the horse. You only have one timeout, so you'll need a stop on this next possession if you can get it into the end zone here. 3 receivers to the right with the ball spotted in the middle of the field, tight end left. Rousey hands off Taylor straight ahead, dives over the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. And now it is third and goal for Biggersville, as Velma Jackson's defensive line is trying to hold up as best they can. They've done well in that category all season long. And with 4:50 on a rolling clock in the fourth quarter, Biggersville, what I assume would have either 4-down territory or will elect to try a field goal if they can't score on this third down. They'll send 2 receivers right, tight end and receiver left. They'll move that left side man to the right. He goes in motion, snap comes, rolling right. Rousey throws in the end zone. Blackman makes the catch in the middle of the end zone for the touchdown. Z.J. Blackman gets the touchdown, his first of the night, and Biggersville has 6 aerial touchdowns on the evening and now just find themselves trailing 49-46. And you have to think at this point, Brian, with extra points being so key, that this one could be a big one as well.
Absolutely. And Blackman was just sneaking behind the defense on that play, completely drawing the decoy, as I'm trying to roll my roster out really fast, of number 5. I can't find it. Anyway, for Biggersville, he was the intended target. He threw, and the one thing you don't do, throw back across your body, back over the middle. He did both of those things and found Blackman coming right across.
Biggersville taking their sweet time deciding on this one. Now the back judge throws the flag for delay of game.
Delay of game. 5-yard penalty. Try.
That touchdown, a Trustmark touchdown, or online at trustmark.com. And with 4:23 left to go on the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter clock, Biggersville trails 49-46. And they've had decent field goal kicking in the extra point category this year. And so they're going to try that again here after taking a little bit of extra time to talk about it. Didn't want to burn that third and final timeout in making the decision. Had their last kicking style extra point blocked. They, I think, may have taken the delay of game also to try to get more height on this kick as well. High snap but put down. This one is away. Clears the line, gets over the crossbar and through the uprights. And so with that, it's Velma Jackson 49, Biggersville 47. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with 4:23 left to go in the fourth quarter. This is the State Championships Radio Network.
Come find your better life at Hines Community College. From strong academic and career tech programs to athletics, Hines CC has a tradition that helps everyone turn their passion into a profession. Classes are available day and night with a flexible schedule with you in mind at any one of our 6 convenient locations or online. Call 1-800-HINES-CC or visit hinescc.edu and make your dreams into a reality today.
Back inside the Farm Bureau Insurance broadcast booth for the Elite Physical Therapy State Championships. Right now, it's 49-47, Velma Jackson leading Biggersville after a touchdown was scored by Z.J. Blackman from Dylan Rousey, which caps off the scoring drive of 14 plays, 81 yards, and 6 minutes, 10 seconds in time of possession. Our drive summary is brought to you by Kirk Auto of Mississippi. Biggersville's been attempting some onside kick style kickoffs tonight, but with 4:23 left, you have to think right now that they would just kick traditionally and try to play defense. As we welcome into the broadcast booth for the first time tonight, Brandon Davis filling in for Jake Wimberly. We'll get his thoughts in a moment. They will try the onside kick. Ball loose, pile up for it. No signal yet, but the early indication is likely that Velma Jackson has made the recovery.
Yeah, that's right. Jackson makes the recovery. Good kick, though, by the kicker there. Just needed one more bounce for those gunners coming up the field to get it. But you know, I'm kind of like you. I don't know if you don't kick the ball deep, maybe you kick it over the head of the back guys who try to run down the field and recover it maybe somewhere around the 30-yard line. But now you've got to play defense and get that ball back. And, you know, as we talked about earlier, special teams has kind of been a big deal for them in kicking. They really don't have a field goal kicker with range. So you need to get this ball back as quick as you can and try to get it in the end zone.
It was Tyshawn Willis that made the recovery for Velma Jackson. They do have a short field, but it doesn't matter how many yards are in front of you if you're Biggersville. Right now, you're wanting to force a 3-and-out for Velma Jackson, if at all possible. 3 receivers right, a back beside the quarterback. Griffin trying to stretch the field out to the right, sheds 1 tackle, but still at the line of scrimmage, finally pulled down at the line at the 48-yard line, but a flag is down behind the play, thrown by the head linesman across the way. And this one is, by early indication, against Velma Jackson.
It's like it may be some type of a hold or something on the edge. They were running off tackle there with the back.
Illegal formation, more than 4 in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Well, I stand corrected. The illegal formation, like I said, too many in the backfield there, just trying to get that ball upfield.
I'm curious if they would decline it. Yeah. I was about to say, you would rather take a no gain and 2nd down than move the ball on penalty yardage. In fact, it's not just no gain, it's a tackle of a 2-yard loss. Well, and now they move it back to what we originally said, no gain. Down marker has been moved a couple times. 2nd down and 10 for Velma Jackson, again from the 48-yard line going right to left. Flag down again as Griffin gets the handoff through the right side. Off tackle up to the 47 of Biggersville. And this is likely another illegal formation. 2 flags come out right there after the snap again.
Illegal formation, more than 4 in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
And Coach Yule's not very happy about that. He's asking the side judge what the issue is. But, you know, that's a mental mistake in this point of the ball game. You can't really afford to have, because you're stopping the clock and you're giving the more momentum to the defense there.
Biggersville will elect to go ahead and take that penalty to put Velma Jackson behind the chains further rather than giving them a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 15 for the Falcons. A tight set here. They only have 4 in the backfield this time. Handoff goes off the left side of the line, trying to stretch the field out. Turns at the 45 down to the 48. To gain back to the 5 yards of penalty yardage goes Griffin. And it's now back to 3rd down and 10 for the Falcons of Velma Jackson.
And great pursuit by the linebackers there, just finding their way down the line of scrimmage to stop that stretch play there. And like I said, a 3rd and long here. And you know, if you're Coach Ingram, this is exactly what you want. You've got time on the clock, and you've got a 3rd and long. So anxious to see what Velma Jackson tries to do here.
Cooper Fiesel, the one able to make that tackle for Biggersville, and it forces now 3rd down and long. Officially 3rd and 11. Ball on the 47-yard line. Velma Jackson on their own side, taking their time, talking about this one as the play clock goes down to 1 and a timeout is called. 2:47 left as Velma Jackson's just trying to milk that clock for everything it's worth. This one's coming down to the wire.
Timeout. Velma Jackson. Third and final charge timeout of the half.
2:47 left with Velma Jackson leading by 2, trying to keep this possession alive and run out the clock. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the State Championships Radio Network.
It's time to get your game on.
Are you ready to go for the gold? The State Games of Mississippi is the state's top amateur sports fest featuring more than 40 sports each year. Sports include soccer, baseball, mountain bike, swimming, and even pickleball. Face off with athletes from across Mississippi in your chosen sport for gold, silver, and bronze medals. And don't miss the excitement of the State Games opening ceremony with the parade of athletes. Ready to go for the gold?
It's time to get your game on.
Visit stategamesofms.org today.
Third down and 11 upcoming for Velma Jackson, trying to get a first down to run out the clock with 2:47 left in the fourth quarter. Our Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. 49-47, Velma Jackson leading. Can run some more clock even if they don't get the first down right here, but the first down could prove to be the dagger. But they have to get 11 yards. Shotgun backfield. Smith rolling right to pass. Rolls up. Throws, pass, broken up, incomplete. And to add insult to injury, the clock will stop as Velma Jackson fails to get the first down, and it's 4th down and 11 to go.
Well, a huge risk by Coach Yule there. They rolled the pocket out, and they had the play that they wanted. This receiver wasn't able to make connection there, but good coverage by Biggersville there. And like you said, Caleb, the big thing is 2 minutes, 41 seconds left in this ball game. Clock stops, and the Lions are going to get this ball back.
2:41 left to go in the game, and you have to think they're punting here as out comes Cornell Bacon, who not only serves as a linebacker but also the punter for this Falcons squad. Biggersville will not have a short field in front of them unless Trey Gunn can have a good return. Snap back to Bacon. It's on the ground, loose back to the 25-yard line. He picks it up, tries to just throw it to somebody. It is broken up, or no, caught by a Velma Jackson player, but he's immediately tackled by Jace Taylor. And Biggersville has it 1st and 10 at the Velma 29-yard line.
My goodness, 2 mental mistakes there, one by the punter, Bacon, the ball. There, they rolled the pocket out, and they had the play that they wanted. This receiver wasn't able to make connection there, but good coverage by Biggersville there. And like
it's
you
just
said, Caleb,
2:32 left to go in this football game as Biggersville has it 1st down and 10 from the 28-yard line. You have to think they're punting here.
As we had talked about, there a mental mistake made by the punter there, who was rolling out. He wasn't paying attention, I guess, and the ball fell out of his hands, and then tried to make something out of nothing. Really should have tried to kick that ball to get what he could, but the Lions are set up and very, very close, or in good prime position here.
1st and 10 Biggersville from the 28. Needing a score. Jace Taylor takes the carry straight ahead. He gets about 7 yards up to the 22-yard line. Check that, make it just a gain of 6, but he gains yardage. The clock continues to roll, 2:19 remaining. Apologies for that quick technical difficulty we had right there.
Aaron Taylor, as you said, he's ran really well between the tackles in this second half here. 6'1", 220-pound sophomore youngster. And plenty of time here if you're Coach Ingram. Don't want to give the ball back to Velma Jackson too soon if you do score.
2nd and we'll call it 5 now from the 22. 3 receivers right for Biggersville, tight end left. A handoff to Taylor again. Ball's on the ground, and a pileup for it will be recovered by, I believe, the quarterback, Rousey.
Oh. Rousey tried to hand that ball off to Taylor, and it just was a miscommunication. Hit him in the hip there, and you know, if you're Coach Ingram, you want to calm everybody down. Everybody's getting excited. They see what's on the clock here and see how close they are to scoring. But take a breath, kids, and just play the game.
It is 3rd down and 8 to go for Biggersville. Too far away for field goal trying. 2 receivers right, tight end and receiver left. Rousey fakes the handoff to Gunn, throws on the slant. Brick Seago catches it, sheds a tackle. He's to the 13 and down to the 11-yard line for another first down. 1 minute and 11 seconds remain in the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter, and Biggersville has it 1st down and 10 again.
Well, great job of looking off the safety with a fake handoff, and he found Seago coming across in just a slant. Now you're in field goal range if you get no more yards. Coach Ingram has to be happy with where he's at with these lines.
57 seconds left as the clock rolls after they spot the football. This one coming right down to the wire. 2 receivers and a tight end left, single receiver right. They hand off to Gunn off the left side to the 10. Lowers his head up to the 8-yard line, and he picks up almost 5 yards, and there are 40 seconds left in the game. And I have to think that Biggersville feels fairly comfortable with where they are right now in field goal range. You may see them run this off right tackle and try to win this one with just seconds remaining. They do have a timeout left. Single receiver left, tight end receiver right. Fake the handoff to Gunn. Rousey pressured, steps right to avoid it. Will run, he's to the 5, 3, and tackled at the 2-yard line. This could be a first down. They'll stop the clock with 14 seconds left.
And a great job by Rousey. Now, Caleb, you're basically set up for an extra point attempt if they decide not to go for this touchdown here.
Biggersville, third and final timeout of the half.
They go ahead and burn the timeout, and I'm surprised at that one, Brandon. I would think you would let the clock roll down either all the way to the 3-second mark and kick the field goal. The ball is not quite centered up, but it is about 2 or 3 yards towards the right of center between the hashes.
Well, you have 3rd and goal, Caleb. The only thing I could think of, you have plenty of time to maybe try one passing play, and if it's not there, throw it into the seats, and then you bring the field goal team out with about 5 to 6 seconds to try to kick, which basically is an extra point at this point of the game.
Another Air National Guard first down. Forgot to mention that as it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Biggersville burned their last timeout. So if they run the ball and get tackled in bounds, they have to get up to the line in a hurry and possibly spike it. 1st and goal from the 2. Rousey pitches right side. Gunn, he's to the 5, dives, and scores! Biggersville leads 53-49. 9 seconds left on the clock.
Had a single receiver at the top of the formation, and they thought that's where they were going to go. Velma Jackson rushes to get one out there, but they go with the option out of the pistol. My goodness, what a risk, but a high reward, and such an effort by number 1, Trayshawn Gunn, who's been dynamic all night long. An excellent play there for the Lions.
Velma Jackson almost had that one perfectly read and secured themselves a victory. But at the last second, Rousey was able to pitch it out, and up went Gunn to the goal line with a giant leap. I think he leapt from the 4-yard line all the way to the goal line.
It seemed like he flew for a ways.
The difference in score now is 53-49. Velma Jackson will have one more offensive possession. Here's the Dairy Alliance extra point. Play fake. Rolling right, Rousey wants to throw it to the end zone. Taylor's open, but he can't get there at the back line. Extra point, no good. Rousey's in some pain after he was heavily pressured back there. He can be in all kinds of pain that he wants to right now. He's not going to see the field again.
Like he got his ankle rolled up on as he was trying to make that throw.
Rousey's down, as is Jace Taylor in the end zone.
Yeah, Taylor looks like he's got cramps in the back of the end zone.
There are 9 seconds left in the game. Biggersville leads 53-49. And don't think that Velma Jackson doesn't have one more gasp of breath left in them.
These two teams have left absolutely everything on the field today. I mean, there are cramps all over this field right now, and just guys that are just so sore from this 3+ hour game.
This is good old-fashioned football. And you're right, Brian, with another C-Spire sideline report. With 1A, again, we've talked about the roster size. Players are going both ways, and they have played extensive minutes in this one, which has been a very long state championship game. We owe you a station break, by the way. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network.
All the sports you love.
I'm glued all day.
To WRKS Pickens Jackson, Mississippi's #1 sports station. Worldwide online at thezone1059.com.
That'll be the call
on your radio.
You'll carry that on the post game,
105.9,
right?
The Zone.
Nothing better.
Biggersville gets the touchdown. A 2-yard plunge for Trey Gunn. Extra point, no good, but that is secondary at best to the fact that Biggersville, who was down 9 points, 49-40, come back and get a pair of touchdowns. And now with our Kirk Auto drive summary, it is a 6-play, 28-yard drive that began because of a botched snap handle on the punt. That was thrown for a short completion, but nevertheless A very short field for Biggersville, and they get the touchdown to go in front. Only 9 seconds remain here in the Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. And Biggersville is eyeing their first ever football state championship.
And this group of seniors were freshmen the last time Biggersville played for a state title. So for Coach Ingram, you know this is going to be awfully sweet if they're able to pull this one out.
Dead ball, delay game, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Not sure why Biggersville took so long waiting to kick this one off. Everybody was set for an extended period of time.
And I don't know if I just don't kick this one out of bounds, to be honest with you, and try to spot it at the 35-yard line with the risk of kicking it back there to – what's that back there? Is that number 9?
Gavin
That's
Griffin.
Gavin Griffin, the all-star that's had an excellent game tonight. I don't put the ball in his hands. I'm putting this one out of bounds and then taking the procedure.
Griffin has 6 of the 7 touchdowns tonight for Velma Jackson. 6 on the ground, and Smith with 1 through the air. They kick this one on a couple hops towards the 35, and it's finally picked up, brought towards the left side with 7 seconds, 6. Griffin trying to reverse field to go back to the right, still on his feet now, finally taken down at the 32. There was 1 second on the clock, and now Biggersville will rush the field. I think they'll have to stop for one final play.
Should be 1 second remaining, you're correct, unless they just decide to.
Right now, Biggersville is celebrating on the sideline. Coach Ingram is trying to get his players back on the bench.
Please reset the game clock to 1 second.
All right, there you go. So Velma Jackson will have one final play.
Reset the game clock to 1 second.
How many times have we heard that one in a late game in November on the college side? And I think about Iron Bowls for one. 1 second can be the difference. Don't count this game over yet. Although Velma Jackson only has 1 passing touchdown tonight, they could have the second one to have an all-timer here tonight. Over 100 combined points between these two tonight. And what has been an excellent way to begin the first of 7 championship games here in Oxford. First down, Velma Jackson from the 31-yard line on their own side. Empty backfield for Terrell Smith, the quarterback. 2-by-3 set. And prior to the snap, a whistle, and there's no timeouts because neither team has one. So it must have been a penalty flag. They may have had a delay of game.
There you got 12 men on the field here by Biggersville.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Brian.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So I'll give Velma Jackson 5 yards. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but it makes a slight difference to put it at the 36-yard line. Down and distance doesn't matter as much as it is the distance between line of scrimmage and goal line.
Well, you got a quarterback Smith with a big arm, so the big thing is allow nothing behind you, and if it gets close to you, knock it down. Do not try to become a hero here and tip a ball up.
They need 64 yards on one play to try and win. Smith, quick pass left side, Tyshawn Willis takes it up to the 40. Races out to the right, angling right. He's got some holes to the 40, outside the right side, 30, 20, and he's tackled. This game is over. And the 1A state championship belongs to the Biggersville Lions, their first in program history. They win it 53-49 over the Velma Jackson Falcons.
What a beautifully played ball game. Like Brian said, all these kids, they laid everything out there on the field. And I'm going to tell you right now, some of the best games in Mississippi year in and year out are these lower classification state championships games, and we were not disappointed tonight by Biggersville and Velma Jackson.
Biggersville takes a state championship back to Alcorn County after falling in the 2020 state championship to Lumberton. It's the Lions that roar tonight and win it 53-49 over Velma Jackson. Brian Eubanks going to try to catch up with our Parish Tractor player of the game. If you had to assign it to anybody, I think you either have to give it to either Drew Rousey or Trey Gunn. We'll get the word from Brian in just a second to see who he's got down there. But boy, what a championship to start us off here in 2023. And Brian, whenever you get somebody, just let us know. I think I see you down there as they begin the handshake line. And we'll have a trophy presentation, banner presentation as well. We'll have our Parish Tractor Player of the Game, our C-Spire Championship Call of the Game, and the Pine Straw, Mississippi post-game show. Brandon, appreciate you coming up here. You picked a good one.
Oh, my goodness. And there's going to be partying up Highway 45 in Alcorn County tonight. Just congratulations to Coach Ingram. Like we had said, these kids that are seniors, they were freshmen the last time that Biggersville played for a state title. And, you know, to cap off their career, they lost that game when they were freshmen. Be able to cap off their career with this win tonight in such a dramatic fashion. Just, like I said, a beautifully played ball game. And that's what I love so much about small-town football here in Mississippi. Just so well done to start this weekend off.
Trey Gunn finishes the night with 4 total touchdowns, 2 receiving, 2 rushing for all-purpose yards that tally up 188 on the receiving side and then 77 on the rushing side. And what a way to win it as well. Down 2 scores, 40-49, and they come back and get the stops they need. Got a gift of a botched snap handle on the punt attempt from Velma Jackson with under 2 minutes remaining. And Biggersville punches it in with just 9 seconds left on the clock and win it here in Oxford, 53-49. And look at that crowd across the way representing Biggersville. They have made the trip down here and have seen their Lions rise to the top. And they win the 1A state championship crown, winning it 53-49 over Biggersville. We'll have 2 final C-Spire sideline reports as Brian Eubank will visit with a player of the game, as well as try to visit with Coach Case Ingram once he's done with TV as well. And we'll hold everything right here because this has been excellence to say the least. And Brian, if you're looking for Trey Gunn, he's around midfield approaching the numbers right now.
Yeah, I'm almost about to get Coach Ingram. The TV's almost done with him. I just don't want to miss him before the media gets in.
Absolutely.
And I'll say this, too. The resiliency of this Lion team, down by 9, like you said, Caleb, and, you know, they played well all night, but it seemed like Velma Jackson had the upper hand on them. To be able to come back and win this game, and your heart goes out to the punter from Velma Jackson. He was just trying to make a play, did a little too much, and made that mistake. Going down to Brian now.
Sorry, guys. All right, Coach, I mean, at halftime, you lost Jathan Hatch early in the game. At halftime, I heard you talk to your guys, play these next 24 minutes like the rest of your lives, and how proud are you of these guys tonight?
You know, I can't put into words how happy I am and how proud I am of these guys, and just for the community, it's truly just a special moment to be able to be a part of the first state champion of football at Biggersville.
Your quarterback tonight and the slant tonight was like one of the most effective passes we saw. How does that chemistry develop, and how good are those two?
I mean, you know, honestly, Brooks Siegel, he hadn't played much offense really until tonight. But Drew, being a 4-year starter, we told him early in the week, said, man, it's going to be on you before the game tonight. I said, you're about to have the game of your life, and he went out and did it, and I'm just so proud of him.
At what point did you feel like you still had a chance in this game when you went down by 9?
You know, I think we got a turnover. We forced them to punt, and after that point, I knew if we could score, it'd be on.
Congratulations, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That's Coach.
All right, thanks, Brian Eubank, running the sidelines and field for us tonight as Biggersville wins it 53-49 over Velma Jackson. Up next, it's our Pine Straw, Mississippi post-game show and tailgate show as the Biggersville Lions are being crowned the 1A state champions here in 2023. We'll be back in 3 minutes. This is the State Championships Radio Network.
When you focus on one thing,
so don't worry about a player.
You master it.
Let me check with Brett because he may be able to throw it down to you for a quick interview. I think he'll tee it up and throw it down to you. If you can find number 1, I know they're about to do all the trophy presentation,
specific areas of the body.
Yeah, in 3 minutes and maybe done.
They've seen your condition countless times and know exactly how to get you back to the life you love. At Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center, your life, our focus.
Check that. That's going to be Drew. Yeah, I think we have a universal player of the game. So it's the quarterback.
Have a ball.
13.
That's what I figured.
All right. And Brett, you will throw it down to UB whenever he's got him. If you will, Brian, text me whenever you've got him standing by, and I'll make sure Brett tees him up.
Little eateries busily plating. Shops and out-of-the-way spots, B&Bs and revelries just away.
So is he about to start after this break?
Yes, after this break, Brett begins.
Okay.
And that's not all. Plan your trip at corinth.net.
Let me check with Jared real quick. Make sure we don't have one final
prepared
wrap
with Kubota equipment that can help you no matter what the situation is. It's just as important for a family to have their yard mowed before a birthday party as it is for a farmer to get the hay out of his field before the rain comes.
We're going to have one more, Brian.
Important to us.
We'll
Because
throw it to
your
you.
events
All right,
are
just
our
text me.
events. Your milestones are our milestones. Your values are our values. Let Parrish support you with a Kubota. Let Parrish be your partner on and off the field. Parrish Tractor in Hattiesburg and Poplarville.
Bourbon and barbecue sauce together as one at Buffalo Wild Wings? Bet I know how it happened. One night at a dimly lit B-Dubs, smooth bourbon bumped into tangy barbecue sauce. They chat, flirt, bat eyelashes. B-Dubs barbecue goes home with bourbon. Some hickory incense is lit. It's a full-on seduction. When they just, hey ho, sorry, you know
We
what?
got to do
Got
banner
carried
and
away
medallions
there
and
because
trophies
this
still.
bourbon barbecue sauce is that good. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's
We'll recap
go
a couple
sports
stats
bar.
then.
Limited time only while supplies last. Please drink responsibly.
To buy time.
When it comes to roofing, the Malone name is one synonymous with quality and dependability. A third-generation family business with a
I might
history
be getting
that
while we
dates
do
back to the
medallions, I'll let you know.
40s. We were born to be roofers.
Bet you could.
And with 8 locations across the Southeast, come rain or shine, leak or structural damage, we're by your side no matter what. Please visit ecmalone.com today to request a professional roofing estimate.
To be safe around electricity, here are a few things to be aware of. Electricity from power lines can jump to nearby objects, like ladders, so stay at least 10 feet away. There are wires behind walls, so use a cable detector before you drill. Many electrical lines are underground. Call 811 to locate them before you dig. Think safety first. And for more safety tips, visit beawareeverywhere.com. Brought to you by Cooperative Energy.
One more time from our crew here in the Farm Bureau Insurance broadcast booth as it's Biggersville that gets the win 53-49 over Velma Jackson out of the South, and it was a beautiful game to consume for us up here in the booth and for everybody that's been in attendance here in Oxford tonight. We'll take one final look at our William Carey stat tracker as we continue our post-game coverage, brought to you by Pine Straw of Mississippi. Our Parrish Tractor player of the game is Drew Rousey, who finishes the night with 6 touchdowns, 373 yards through the air, had only 1 yard on the rushing side, but some of those were negated because of sack yardage as well. But in the touchdown scoring category, Biggersville spread it out amongst different players. You heard Coach Ingram mention Brooks Seago, a guy that doesn't play a whole lot. It goes for 125 yards on 7 catches, including 2 huge touchdowns on that skinny post route that was so effective for Biggersville tonight. He scores 2 touchdowns, as does Trey Gunn on the receiving side. ZJ Blackman also has
got 2 MVP guys.
And then Taylor also with 1. With our Parrish Tractor player of the game, let's toss it down to Brian Eubank.
Mr. Rousey, what a game. Describe what you were experiencing with the skinny post and the slants that were working all night for you guys.
Yeah, well, it's a good play call by the coach, and my receivers, they're top notch. I mean, they do what they do. They catch it, take hard hits, hang on to it. I'll just give all my credit to them.
When Jathan goes down, what's that feeling? You lose one of your biggest targets out there.
Yeah, it was a big play, but Brooks Seago, he stepped up big for us, had a lot of very clutch catches, and he really helped us a lot.
When you go to that down 9-point moment, when do you think, we still have a chance in this thing?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little down for a second, but I remember my pastor, I went to church, he said keep faith, and that's what I did. So I said a quick prayer, come out here, and we did what we do.
Congratulations on winning the first state title in school history.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
That's your MVP, Drew Rousey.
All right, thanks very much, Brian. Come on up here and get your hands and feet warm up here in the broadcast booth, at least away from the window, that is, as Biggersville gets the win 53-49 in the 1A state championship. What stands out to you, Brandon, when you look down at this stat line for both of these teams? What was the difference maker?
Well, I tell you what, it was evenly matched game, obviously a 4-point game, 66 plays, 507 yards for Biggersville. Look over at Velma Jackson, 46 plays for 498 yards. But Caleb, when you have tight games like this, you've got to find those hidden yards, and really special teams is an area where you can capture some of that. And that's what we saw here tonight. The play there at the very end where a mishandle of the punt, and then trying to do a little too much. Instead of trying to kick it, they throw it back, and that was the difference in the ball game, giving Biggersville a shorter field to drive down to score less than 40 yards. So you've got to find those hidden yards. That's what's happened tonight, and when you're evenly matched, like we said, that's what's going to be the difference in this ball game.
And with that, Biggersville takes the 1A state crown back to Alcorn County with a 53-49 win over Velma Jackson. Our Pine Straw, Mississippi post-game show / tailgate show will continue in a moment as we count down to kickoff between Laurel and West Point in the 5A state championship. Breck will have the mic for you next as he'll also deliver the C-Spire call of the game. I can't imagine what play Breck's going to pick from that one as Biggersville wins it and claims the 1A state title, winning 53-49 over Velma Jackson. We'll be back in 3 minutes with the Pine Straw of Mississippi tailgate show. This is the State Championships Radio Network.
This Christmas, C-Spire's making you a Money Hall of Famer with non-stop deals all season long. You can gift like an MVG, most valuable gift. Pick up great gifts like the new iPhone 15 with its incredible 48-megapixel main camera. Take standout photos with amazing detail. iPhone 15 on us. Claim your spot with the Holiday Hall of Fame. Customer inspired. C-Spire. Requires purchase of 36 months device payment plan and new line activation on eligible wireless service plan. See cspire.com for details.
William Carey University is committed to making college affordable for you and your family. Starting in fall 2023, that means low tuition, high scholarships, an average of 40% higher, and free textbooks for all undergraduate students. Discover your scholarship possibilities at www.wmcarey.edu/makingcollegeaffordable. That's www.wmcarey.edu/makingcollegeaffordable.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
The weather's getting warmer, and that means Mississippi blueberries are ready to be picked. Make a day of it with family and friends at one of the many you-pick farms.
I think I've got.
Or take home Mississippi grown blueberries.
I think I've got your headset over here, just because I'm at. We can swap over there.
Donate at farmfamiliesms.org to help us spread the word, or find us on Facebook. The Farm Families of Mississippi,